Well, after a little bit of a break, we are back, and it's Friday. It's a rare Friday, but you still know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I'm Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1 Broadcasting coverage of Season 1 of 2025. We're in Round 2, Week 2 of the IndyCar Oval Series for the Tuesday night top split on Friday night tonight. And we're coming to you from the world's fastest speedway, California Speedway in Fontana, for the first stop in the P1 Triple Crown Challenge. As always, joining me in the booth is Justin Petschauer and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Guys, we got about 45 seconds left in California, and hearing a little bit of tire dag might be on the menu today.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing as well. It's an old surface, even though the track is gone in real life. Rest in peace. Tire wear is going to be you're going to have to manage tire wear as best you can, especially with the time that we're running. And also, never fly in or drive to the speedway a few days or so after Christmas, because everybody and their mother is trying to either leave LA or get back into LA. So I literally just got here.
And the General is at the top of the list right now with a 2:19.6 as we're getting ready to go official. There are your track conditions: 74 degrees ambient, 124 degrees track temperature. Track temperature is kind of up there. It's going to be a slick track out there, Luis.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. Quickly think so. Pablo, I already talked with Pablo on off. Like he said, I can't be here. I thought it was going to be yesterday. And he sent me a picture with a beer next to him. He said, I just enjoyed my day off today. And he said, I'm going to make the points on the week. But today is 4.8K, so could be disadvantage for him.
All right, let's get in today's starting lineup from California Speedway in Fontana. Here's your starting grid. With a speed of 2:19.6, the General, Kevin Burrell, on the pole. Right next to him, Matt Taylor in that Mad Works entry, 2:19.6 as well. Lining up third is Tanner Richards, a name that we have not seen here on the top split. He is third at a 2:19.5. Clindy right next to him with 2:19.4. Back in row 3, Trey Shadid, 2:19.4. Brian Campbell, 2:19.4. Then we have Guillermo Miguel. I hope we're saying that right, Guillermo. He is lining up 7th next to the Cat, Daniel Durazo, who is right there in the middle of your screen in that nice-looking Corona livery, a 2:19.4 for row 4. Will Lyon lining up 9th there in the very much a Dixon-esque paint on the IAR entry. Lyon with a 2:19.3, and right next to him is teammate Seb Alexander with a 2:19.2. And that is your top 10. Moving on back. Jesper Orman, all the IAR cars seem to have all that same pace together. They're on row 6 with Ty Quilla in a new do. And the now white number 9. Aaron McQuarrie back in row 7, and Estrada right next to him in row 7. Liam O'Sullivan in row 8 with Hollenbaugh, who will be our in-race reporter if we get a caution. Hollenbaugh back there, 2:19 flat in row 8. Murph. Is really Murph slow on this one, or is he just sandbagging? But,
I think he's sandbagging.
2:19 flat, and he's back in row 9. Tony Showen, we have not seen him in a while in the power slide entry. He is 18th on the grid, back in row 9. Collins and Edwards back in row 10. And Weedman and Zier in row 11. And Hamilton going to try to do the impossible, but we know it's all within his grasp, his skill set. He's going to do the worst for first challenge, as he's now on that new Fiercely Forward squad. He's back there in row 12. 23 cars today.
No quality challenge for Hamilton.
Yep. No quality challenge for Hamilton.
I think so. It's easy, though. I don't know.
What also is of note is noteworthy here, the General pointed out something. Where's Malechka? It's a wide open field. Anything goes. We're gonna have a new winner here today, I guarantee it.
Here we go for 60 laps of racing at the world's fastest racetrack.
Green flag is out, and here we go from Montana. Good start by the leader there as they go off towards turn number 1. A couple cars going side by side, but there are others that are doing everything they can to just play it safe, because we know that even with the hot track temperature here, it's going to be probably a bit of a pack race here as they go down the back straightaway.
Drivers already going to the high line. Here comes Clindy.
Don't count Clindy out. I'm going to say a little close there, but as I was saying, don't count Clindy out.
Whoa.
Look at
3
that.
wide.
Thunder lost the front wing.
Somebody lost the front wing. Like you said, I know I saw a piece flying off.
And iRacing. Yeah, iRacing recovered again the front wing. So.
Okay, it's snap back.
iRacing, can we please fix that for those of us in the broadcast?
And now a swap of the front between teammates, Campbell and Clinworth. They're trying to pull away at the front.
Already got one trying to run the Larson line up on the high side as they come up at turn 4 there. That was a little too close there. But that's what makes Montana so much fun, is you can run on the bottom. You don't want to go all the way to the apron, though, unlike our stock car counterparts over in turns 3 and 4, who can run the apron, literally. But you can run the bottom, the middle, and even up on the high line, and probably a little bit close to the wall, depending on, with this debris refresh that came in for Season 1 2025. You can run that Kyle Larson line just a little bit close up to the wall there, hopefully without scraping the walls we almost saw there.
As you see, there's a new pop-up on the overlay. Fastest lap when it's set. Currently is set by Brian Campbell.
So you mentioned, Justin, you can run in on close to the wall. Liam Sullivan is doing for 4 laps on the close to the wall. This is fast. Now it's going to the 4 lines, but it's fast. But you know what? You have to have a lot of faith for the guy who's going inside you.
Exactly. You have to have a lot of respect with your compatriots that are around you, because with the speeds that we're running here, almost over 230 plus miles an hour down the straightaways, and between 212, 215 through the corners, you got to have a lot of spatial awareness as well as respect from your fellow competitors that are around you with the speeds that you're going here.
Murph on the inside of the boss, Antonio Estrada. He's going to try to get that position. Antonio in the draft of Hollenbaugh is going to get pulled right back on by side behind him. 2 veterans of IndyCar, Tony Schoen and Jesper Orman.
Now, you were talking about Tanner Richards. I'm just going to go off on a hunch here and say he's probably from the NASCAR community. And since they're running Talladega mainly in the C-Fix series for this week, I think a lot of them are jumping over to here because they've had enough of the shenanigans that are happening at Talladega and they want better competition. And from some of the streams that I saw from friends of mine, I don't blame them one bit.
Well, we also know shenanigans can happen here at Fontana and IndyCar Racing. But welcome Tanner Richards, currently 4th on the racetrack, lap 7 of 60, still in the early stages. Kyle Clinworth and Brian Campbell popping out to try to swap the lead at the front, to try to pull away from the rest of this pack. 3rd is the General Kevin Burrell, Tanner Richards 4th, Matt Taylor 5th, and Trace Shadid rounds out the top 6. The Cat still in the hunt. Durazo back in 7th.
As I'm looking up, you said the track temperature was, what, 121 when we started? It's jumped up.
127, yes.
Hopefully we don't get to Atlanta-like temperatures last season where it was like 141 degrees.
Richards to the inside of the General, getting the pass and using a little bit of the draft of Campbell to get the pull on by.
Almost a little close call there with Matt Hollenbaugh as they were 3 wide. Somebody got a little bit of understeer as they were coming off of turn 4, and they almost lost it, but they saved it. That's one thing about IndyCar here at Fontana. We can put on some of the best racing, but we can also scare the living hell out of ourselves at times. It's the fun part about it. And another swap between Campbell and Glenworth there as they go up towards turn number 1. You see these guys run into all of these different grooves here because of all that turbulent air from the car that's ahead of them. They have to find the clean air going through the corners. They can stay behind the car up ahead of them while they're going down the straightaways, but in the corners, you'll see them fan out here. Look at this. Bottom, middle, high line here. And a little bit of wash up there as they come up in turn 4.
And we're watching from the point of view of Matt Taylor in 5th spot. That's a good seat to kind of see the different lines that each one of these cars could take in front of them. There you see 4 different lines right in front of you. Where do you go?
These guys are going to be messing around with the available tools that they have in their cars. The front rear ARBs, the brake bias, even the fuel map. But I guarantee you probably some of them are on map 3 or so. Maybe even map 1 to try and stay in the draft. But they'll also be playing with that throttle, which you can use to at least kind of Scott Dixon it, so to say. Just let it coast into the corner if you're behind another car. Save a little bit of fuel. Other than that, you're pretty much in a sandwich right here with the different lines as well as the other cars that are around you.
Biggest movers of the race, Ty Quilla up 4, Liam O'Sullivan up 5, Tony Schowen up 4. Those are your biggest movers right now. You cannot make it on no stops. We're going to at least 1 pit stop in our future. We'll see a number of drivers probably just come on and make it a 30-30 type of race, come in a lap 30 and get that short fill, maybe try to get a bit of an undercut on everybody there. But we've heard some people might go long in the run. We shall see. We are 15 laps, coming up on the 15th lap. So we're about halfway through what we would call the first run here at Fontana. Thanks for joining us. Special Friday coverage here of the Tuesday night top split here on P1. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already.
Now I know that I took a look at our usual Tuesday night broadcast race on Christmas Eve, and there were no cautions. They went caution-free that entire top split, so we might, knock on wood, might be able to see that happen here today. So far, so good here. Guys just going single file, trying to get the run. As we see a battle for the lead as well. I believe that is 10th behind Daniel DeRozzo.
Wes Weedman fast lap that time by 2:19.7.
Now, granted, we ran 150 laps here back last spring. Can we do that? Can we bump it up to the full 500 miles just for the fun of it when we come back here and?
I'll tell you what, 500 miles, despite how exciting it looks from our point of view, these guys are going to be dead tired after 500 miles. I kind of go back to our coverage of the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, their US 500, sponsored by P1 Broadcasting late last season when I think only 8 cars finished that race, and everyone talked about how dead tired they were at the end of 500 miles just at Michigan. Tanner Richards to the front. All right, so how well... go ahead, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, even for us, it was a hard race on that.
That was. It was a long night. Yes, it was. Tanner Richards up in the front. Got to wonder how much experience he has in these cars.
He has little experience in these cars here. He's doing a pretty damn good job. I'll give him that. There was a bit of a bump there going into turn 3. I saw contact. I think that was Matt Taylor. They got a little bit of a shove going into turn 3. Here we go. Here comes that pack.
2 by 2 for the most part up front. Not done so already? If you're in the Christmas spirit, would like to donate to the broadcast, make sure to hit our GoFundMe link in the description and send to our and contribute to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough. Hey, but it is the Christmas season. Caring is sharing, right? Sharing is caring. But yeah, link is in the description. Would appreciate it if anyone would like to donate to the broadcast. Meanwhile, up front, Brian Campbell, Clindy still continue to swap the lead. Tanner Richards tucked into third. Matt Taylor fourth. Trace Shitted fifth. Kevin Burrell back to sixth.
Little bit of movement there as they went past the start-finish line in the middle of this pack here behind the leaders. I thought we were about to have a wreck there. Thank God we didn't.
Will Lyon trying to work like mad to get up into that top 10, but he seems to kind of stall to right exactly where he is. Oh, Liam O'Sullivan maybe tapped the wall on the entrance of 3. There's a big bump right there, right before you get into 3 on the high side of the racetrack. And if you don't, if you turn the car at the wrong time, you can hit that bump. Now it's going to help the front end of the car turn, but it's going to make the back end of the race car jump out.
Indeed. Even in a stock car, that bump you were talking about there, it's rough, especially down the backstretch.
Jesper on the bottom side getting 2 positions there. He's trying to move up. Here's one of his teammates trying to lend him a little bit of a draft down the backstretch. That's Seb Alexander. Hollenball way up high. The hole closes for him. Tucks in behind Estrada. Too wide at the line. That's pretty tame right now. 22 of 60. Thanks for joining us once again, everybody. Special Friday edition of the Tuesday Night Top Split. Meanwhile, back up front, Campbell Clinworth. Not much has changed there.
Somebody was making their moves on the high line there, running essentially the Kyle Larson line. I don't know why I almost said Carl Larson. Maybe I was thinking of Carl Long for some odd reason. He was making the moves that you got past. I believe that was that was Liam O'Sullivan. He's running that high line up against the wall, and he was making a move until he got blocked there as they're coming off a turn 2 and down the backstretch.
Yeah, if there was just enough room there, he would try to sneak into the high side above Tyquilla. Ty slams the door shut. He is not giving Liam any good air whatsoever. Here comes the IAR car on the bottom underneath Liam.
Well, they tried, but it didn't work out.
So I followed Jasper Hoffman and coming hard. Use the first lane, try to cut the people around. It's coming, and it's coming close to the leaders.
And he's got his teammate right in front of him. There you see Jesper Orman in the navy and gold livery. 3 wide at the line right behind him.
3 wide for a moment that was.
That was Colin Zier and Strada, I think.
Looks like Will Lyon has finally got that chance. He's going to take the inside here. Going on against, I believe that is Matt Taylor, yeah. He's now got Tyquilla up on the high side there. He's washing up just a little bit.
Whoa.
Slips back in.
C gap, take it. There you go.
Yeah. Matt Taylor saw the momentum shifting, and he goes down below. Will Lyon and Tyquilla, will Matt Taylor be able to slide up? Oh, speaking of which, Will Lyon got caught up in so much dirty air, he had to check out big time, and that caused a huge stack up, and we're almost going to have another 3 wide situation as we go through turn 3.
Yeah, Burrell was thinking about it. He said, I'm going to march forward as the general normally does, and then the hole closed up, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to wait another lap. He tucks back in line.
He's going to try it again, but he washes up just a tad bit there. He hit that seam going through 1 and 2.
Let's ride with Liam. Oh. Will decided to fill that gap on the outside. Miguel up in the 10th, Yorman 11th, Murphy 12th.
Ooh. And Burrell with another quick shot move there. But now he's going to lose the momentum again as he gets caught up in even more dirty air. And Murphy's apparently having a fun time.
Coming up to the halfway point very quickly here. Caution free. There, I jinxed it for everybody.
Takes note, lap 28 coming out. 9 jinx.
They should be open window now, no?
Yeah, I think we're pretty close.
There should be the pit window open right now. But I'm like you there, Gary. I think a number of these guys are probably going to push it just a little bit further. My guess is probably 2 laps to extend it. Oh, and Will Lyons blinking out just a little bit. Same as Brian Campbell.
Well, Will has an excuse. He's on the other side of the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I'm giving Brian grief. Move Taylor up to 3rd now. Tanner Richards been hanging out in the top 5 all day. Glindy and Campbell. Campbell quickly got up to the front. That's where he's been since the start of the race. He's up 5 spots. 6 spots for Quilla, 8 for Liam O'Sullivan. Logan Edwards up 5 spots, a little further on back. Hamilton, Akabo Easy, he's up 6. He's only worked his way up to 17th though. But he is patiently biding his time, saving fuel back there.
He's hoping for a caution to come out, but I'm like you. With how everybody's managing themselves around each other, I don't think we're going to get a caution. The question is, who goes in, and how big of a stack up is it going to be? See anybody going in yet. They're definitely playing the fuel strategy as best they can. Oh, Burrell almost washes up there, and I believe that was Murphy. Yeah, he almost washed up there. Burrell is not having a good time right now, I can tell. At one point he was up near the front, now he's middle of the pack.
Of course, the world speed record has been set here, closed circuit, closed course speed record set by Jill DeFerrin way back in 2000. The speed of 2:41.4. We have never seen IndyCars go as fast since. Jesper Orman coming to pit road along with teammate Mark Murphy. And Schowen also coming in. So planned stop for these 3. The fastest IndyCar 400-mile race was also held here at Fontana, set in 2003. Sam Hornish averaged 207.151 en route to the victory here. So mini speed. Oh, Schowen misses his marks, but he's now up on the jacks. So mini speed record set in this place.
Already got more guys coming onto pit road. You got Liam O'Sullivan, Logan Edwards, and I believe I saw somebody else.
think it's Edwards and O'Sullivan. So only 2 that time by.
Wendy's already signaled he's going into pit. There was also another fastest race record that was set here, and that was also in kart. That was 2002.
Oh,
the fastest 500 mile.
Oh,
look out!
Wow! He could not get down, and that's going to cost him a little time getting on the pit road. But at least he's coming down pit road with a teammate. That is Clindy.
Tanner Richards, Trey Shadid, and Will Lyons signaling they're coming into pit road. Here we go. Yo! And Trey Shadid almost got right into the back. Run into from behind while going down pit road.
That turns the lead over to Matt Taylor. All-time IndyCar wins leaders here at Fontana. Sam Hornish, Jimmy Vasser, Adrian Fernandez, each with 2. And here comes Akabuwizi up the middle there. So he has now stormed his way all the way to the front as Taylor coming to pit road. Now Akabuwizi and Burrell will swap positions side by side down the front straight. Fernandez is notable with his 2 wins here because one was in a kart car and one was in an IRL car. So he's the only 2 to split time between his 2 wins.
I think that 2004 was the one and only season that Adrian Fernandez ran in the IRL after leaving kart.
Yeah, he had a pretty good season.
I think if I remember correctly, another one of the reasons why he said he didn't want to stay in the IRL was because of the
Purple Lap O'Sullivan. Go ahead.
Was the pack racing mentality.
Pack racing, yeah. It is definitely an acquired taste, even for the virtual sense with these drivers.
I think it's one of the races you don't want to remember, actually, on Fontana 1999.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one.
Yeah,
please.
that was a bit of an empty victory. But, I mean, if you talk about a race that had consequences into the future of kart and IndyCar racing, that is one of the races you can definitely circle as that changed the course and history of IndyCar racing.
Well, not just IndyCar racing, but also the tracks in general. Because you have to remember...
Oh, Zier misses the marks on pit road. Wow. Missed the whole spot.
Because you also have to remember, before 1999, there was a ton of grass on the back with just access roads for the safety vehicles at both Michigan and Fontana. But after that race in 1999, you saw Michigan as well as here at Fontana, as we see going down the backstretch this time by. You'll see all that runoff there on the bottom.
Liam O'Sullivan in the wall a little bit, going on the high side of Estrada. And he is now backing out of it, and now he's going to get passed by Brian Campbell. I think Liam might have been, was going to be probably the leader as these stops cycled out. No, I think Jesper Orman's going to actually be that leader right now as stops cycled out. We'll see. Yeah, Jesper Orman is definitely going to be that leader when these stops cycled out. We still have Akabuwizi up front. Miguel second, Estrada third, who's coming to pit road now. Jacob Collins also following his teammate down pit road, hitting this pit stall. So we're still waiting for Akabuwizi and Guillermo Miguel to come to pit road, and here they come for their first and final stop. 18 to go.
I think a notion about that.
And Jesper going way down to the bottom of the racetrack trying to break the draft. He is going to be your new leader when they cycle through. Akabuwizi moving on pit road. Miguel will be moving on pit road, but here comes Orman. Orman down on the apron, down the front stretch. He's trying to break that draft. Matt Taylor, new purple lap that time by. And Jesper down to the white line, bringing Campbell and Klindworth with them. Back down to the bottom. Here's Clindy. Clindy's within draft, the draft envelope. 16 to go. Jesper Orman. Kevin Burrell, fastest lap that time by. Orman up 10 spots. Liam O'Sullivan up 11 spots. Mark Murphy up 12 spots. Can Murph get up there and help his teammate?
You were talking about Matt Taylor. Matt Taylor, I think he brushed the wall just a bit off the turn two because Tanner Richards had to take evasive maneuvers as they were coming off of turn two. That let him take the chance to get behind Mark Murphy and use that draft to get behind Matt Taylor. So move Tanner Richards up to 6th, but Matt Taylor wants that position back as they go through turns 1 and 2 and heading down the back stretch.
Oh, Hollenball 3 wide right behind him. Look how bumpy that backstretch is.
And when he means bumpy, he means it.
Yeah, you can, if you have a force feedback wheel, like a very strong direct drive wheel, your arms are getting beat up down that backstretch.
That's an understatement as we almost saw Clindy there.
Clindy and O'Sullivan almost make wheel-to-wheel contact going into 1, but they have now caught the leader. And now we go 3 wide down the backstretch for the lead here at Fontana. 14 to go.
Still side by side as they go through the bottom, through corners 3 and 4 here. Liam O'Sullivan trying to get by Klindworth, not going to be enough, but that's going to open the door for Jesper Orman, and Jesper Orman with a huge run. He's going to take the lead going off into turn number 1. 2 wide, 2 rows deep. It's going to be one heck of a good finish here. I'm already calling it.
Cabo Easy purple lap that time by. He is a man on the move. If you're enjoying P-Word's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series, Tues and that top split, and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure, if you're able to, donate to the broadcast. And if you're not able to, the next best thing is you can support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and ring the bell to help the algorithm so you don't miss out on the next race here on the channel. Ooh, we are missing a wing off of Mark Murphy's car. And it came back in. So Murphy's car, transformer this weekend.
That was contact between Murphy and Liam O'Sullivan. Murphy had one heck of a run, and he's losing the draft now. He is slowing a little bit. I think he's redressing the issue and giving the positioner so back.
I think he's trying to figure out what the heck just happened. Am I good? Next race for us is Monday. Speaking of Murphy, Murph and Clindy calling the action for the IndyCar Open Series at 7 p.m. at Spa. Had a heck of a race at Michigan on Monday. That was a great race to watch. Go back on the archives and check that one out.
Coming to 10 to go, and everybody is trying to fight for position here all over the track. Just look at this. Look at this gaggle of cars over here. I mean, this has got to be a battle between first through
3 wide.
15th at least?
Yeah, first to 15th is less than 2 seconds.
Maybe even first through 10th.
First to 10 is exactly 1. Clindy, we're going to go 3 wide. Into 3, Clindy to the bottom. And he's clear with everybody with a great run. Moves up to the top of the racetrack. He's going to stay in the bottom and lend the draft to his teammate Campbell and try to pull Campbell on by. Now Campbell getting a run to the inside. Here comes Murphy to the bottom.
For the huge run as they go through 1 and 2
Oh,
here.
Murphy gets loose.
He got a little bit understeered. He clipped the apron there. It's a gaggle here. Everybody in there. Everybody is stacking up here. 3 wide, almost 4 wide.
4 wide. We are 4 wide. A combo easy on the bottom. We got Murphy. We got Burrell and we got Tanner Richards in the middle there. Car contact. Big time contact. We got Cat. We got Estrada and Hollenball.
Daniel.
Durazo was in that as well. Hollenball was in that.
Quilla went too high on the incident. And Matt collected to Quilla.
Durazo got launched under tray first into the catch fence.
You look at all the dirty air. They were just nowhere to kind of get clean air from. So everyone fighting behind that lead pack. And Quilla up into Hollenball. And then here comes Durazo up into the catch fence. Okay, I said Estrada was in it. He missed it. So it was going to be Quilla, Durazo, and Hollenball all involved in that incident.
Durazo had nowhere to go on that one.
So the question is, and he is actually standing by to be our man under caution, as we see who is that? Miguel coming to pit road. Yeah. So looks like 10th on back is coming into pit road right now. But I don't know if we necessarily wants to bring we'll want to bring Hollenball up into the booth right now after that one.
He was speaking his piece to the other guys in chat. So. For what it sounds like, he said it was just a racing incident, and to be honest, that kind of was.
And we hear some cars out there trying to burn off some fuel. So there are some heavy cars out there right now. Yeah, Brian right now. He's trying to burn some fuel off.
Alaba pointed out something.
Do you wanna? I can bring a mat on the boot or not yet?
That was netcode from what I saw between him and Ty Quilla.
Yeah, it's just really close racing there.
Oh, there it is.
And he is here with us. He is on mute.
There
he is.
I just wanted to wait for you to acknowledge before I said anything.
Well, let's from the point of view from where you were, it looks like a little bit of racetrack room just kind of ran out with everybody around you because, they were 4 or 5 wide in front of you. There weren't very many places to go for clean air with that whole group that you were kind of racing in, and contact happening, maybe a little bit of netcode involved there. Talk about it from your point of view.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw the set of corners in 1 and 2 right before I was trying to squeeze on the top of Matt Taylor there and rubbed the wall a little bit. Had to put it down into 3rd gear to get going again. But yeah, that kind of just got me in a bad spot for just kind of some chaos behind me. And yeah, I'm not don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about what happened. But I said it to Ty in it just immediately following. I've done worse. I've done far worse, so I can't be too angry.
Right.
Yeah, Ty and I, we're good. Again, I'm not happy, but I ain't mad. Just kind of the kind of racing we're getting this week. It's a lot of fun. That was. Oh boy, yeah, I'm working up a sweat there, just ripping the high side like I was lap after lap after lap after lap after lap, and yeah, yeah.
From what I saw from my vantage point on my broadcast screen here, Matt, it looked like it was just netcode between you and Ty Quilla.
So there was definitely the contact was netcode, but at the same time, it looked like he was coming up regardless. Just the contact happened sooner because of netcode, but I think it was happening either way. I think, you know what? That's the kind of racing we got this week. But yeah, looks like they're coming to green this time.
All right, coming to green this time by to 5 to go. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Stick around if you want. If you don't,
yeah,
I don't blame you. But here we go. 6 to go. Coming to 5 to go. Leader, Orman, Campbell, Clindy, Murph, and O'Sullivan. And let's also not rule out a Caboeasy back in 6th. Green flag.
Yeah, Hamilton was saving his tires earlier.
Oh, and we got contact between our Monday night crew.
Oh no!
I think that'll award the win to Jesper. I don't see this race continuing.
Let's see what happened. They were side by side at the line and the inside.
Oh, Clendy. But at the same time, it's Murphy going down. Oof.
Well, let's look from Clindy's point of view. Here we go. He's in the draft of his teammate right in front of him. That's Campbell. And that is tough call. That is racing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks to me like two cars just trying to fight for the same space, trying to fight for the same draft. It reminds me a lot of Pocono in 2018. I want to say that was the Takuma Sato, like the 5-car wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're speaking of.
As a Rossi fan, I know as well. Yeah.
Dude, I was a Hinchcliffe fan. I know exactly what you speak of.
I'm a Hinchcliffe fan also. I'm a big fan of the podcast.
That was the race that put Taku on probation, and then he goes to Gateway the next week and wins.
Yeah, and all of the cars that were involved in that opening lap wreck were 5 wide before they even got to turn 1 at Gateway the next week.
And Will Lyon making a pump fake coming to pit road, but no one taking it right now. We might go green with 1 to go. We shall see. That puts Jesper in a very challenging position because the leader with 1 to go is not sitting in a very good position. Kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't from where Jesper's point of view is. But right behind him, the one in the catbird seat is either Campbell, Sullivan, or Cabo Easy.
My money's on Hamilton. Like he's been best on his tires all race. Like right before pit stops, he went from the back of the field like fighting to the lead, and he knows what he's doing. If we have more than the 1 lap shootout, I think he's my bet's on Hamilton.
He's in that new Fiercely Forward squad that recently put itself together.
Not sure if I should be saying this so much, but I used his setups for Monday night. And,
oh yeah,
they were real good. He knows what he's doing. Like he works on the setups for P1 docs.
Ah, okay. So I was gonna. That's they're a setup shop.
Yes.
Well, they got to be good. They share a name with us. So
I may have just gotten in trouble saying that. So we'll get back to that later.
You're only true. Don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah, looking at the contact between Clendy and Murph over here at the bottom of turn 1, it was just higher contact that caused all the chaos.
I hear people burning fuel. I think we're going to get a restart at some point.
yeah, I think we are going to get a restart.
Actually, base
It lights out on the so we are going to get a green-white checker.
So yeah, so it'll be a 1 lap shootout, I think, because we're going to go. Yeah, this is lap 59 we're about to see, and then 1 lap shootout. Jesper is going to have to fight, and we're not even going to get in the yellows because it's the white flag. So I think it's either going to be Liam or Brian. I just think there's not enough time for Hamilton unless he bonsais it 4 wide and gets a perfect restart.
Well, before we go green, once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 2 of 12, a special week 2 presentation of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split on Friday from Fontana, where we have 2 to go. Current leader is Jesper Orman. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Also, don't forget your commentary team by sending a donation via our GoFundMe campaign. Link is in the description. We certainly would appreciate it. Getting ready to go to green one more time here on the first of the crown jewels of the P1 Triple Crown Challenge. Who is going to get the first crown of the season? Is it Orman? Is it Campbell? Is it O'Sullivan? Is it a Cabo Easy? Could it even be Tanner Richards? We shall see. Coming to green one more time.
I'm gonna say Brian Campbell. It is.
Base cars off, and here we go for a natural green-white checkered. Who's it going to be? Nobody knows, but we're about to find out. Good start there by a number of these guys. We're already seeing guys starting to make bonsai moves going into the corner. Not going to be enough.
Hamilton with a brilliant turn 2.
Here's a run on the outside for Campbell. Here comes a Kabaweezy to the high side.
Too high, not going to be enough. Not going to be enough.
Oh, he got it. Yep.
Oh, Campbell with the win by 0.016 as we got Calamity behind. But Campbell gets the win, 0.016 of a second. Akabaweezy just behind, 0.076 of a second. That is your top three.
All I can say with that wreck is thank goodness for the aero screen.
Oh,
True.
God, yes, I'm looking at it now. Holy cow!
And let's take let's watch this pass on the backstretch. He got as much of a run as he could have. O'Sullivan really got muscled out of there by Akabaweezy. He had the longest way to go. Akabaweezy to the bottom. And now Orman doesn't want to go to the bottom to lend anything to Akabaweezy. Comes up to try to squeeze Campbell. Now it's a drag race to the bottom. There's a Calamity behind him. Holy mackerel. And here's the run to the line, and there it is. Boy, there is not much more than a partial nose cone for the margin of victory there.
I'm gonna say with all tires, and yeah, it's kind of difficult to protect the first position. It already happened to me before, and yeah, that's why I came on like Brian Campbell as a winner.
Honestly, I'm super impressed with Jesper's effort trying to you don't finish P2 when you restart with a one-lap shootout around here very often, and that's
No,
obviously he wants more, but that was.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of experience in that survival to second place there, because you're right. We've seen people go from the lead back to fourth or more on a single lap when you get these last lap sprints. But it's Campbell with the win. I'm probably going to say this is his biggest top split victory that he's had since we've been broadcasting that. So congrats to him. Jesper Orman is second. Akabaweezy does the kind of the worst to the podium challenge here. He finishes third, up 20 spots. Liam O'Sullivan fourth. Tanner Richards, visitor from I believe the stock car ranks, gets a top 5 out of it. Welcome. And good run for him. Burrell, the general, into 6th. Matt Taylor 7th. Will Lyon 8th. Shadid 9th. And Logan Edwards in 10th. Edwards had a good run to the front. He improved 10 spots on his finish. O'Sullivan 11 spots on his finish. Moving on, Miguel 11th, Macquarie 12th, Shallon 13th, Alexander 14th, Murph 15th, Zier 16th, Collins 17th, Weedman 18th, Estrada 19th, Clindian 20th. A lot of broken rogue racing cars there toward the end of that one.
We can stop here. You can do time.
Okay, then we got we'll just 21st, 22nd, 23rd. There we go.
You can talk about time, Daniel.
Thanks,
Take care. Thanks for the podcast.
No problem. Good. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
We'll just say every one of those last 3 drivers expected a little bit more out of their days. A little bit of better day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So let's get some replays queued up here, and let's get into that interview room. All right. And we'll fade that out. And let's get into the interview room. And a good day for Hamilton. So we'll bring him up Hamilton doing the worst to, well, we call it the podium challenge. You at least got up to the bottom step of the podium. They did have the fastest lap at a 32.4 for the fastest lap of the race and improved 20 spots. Not a bad showing for debuting the new paint job here on the stream, as well as the new sponsor and the new team that you're on. So congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun coming through the field. Wish either of those cautions didn't come out, and then I can probably win that with the best tires, but you go what you get, I guess. So, yeah, there's not much I can do from fourth on a one-lap shootout. Yeah, I mean, I had fun racing, coming through the field, for sure.
How is it with the new team and the new sponsor that you got going on?
I mean, that's good. Yeah, Kevin's my teammate. He had a all right finish. Yeah, just, I mean, fixed is still the same as always. Kind of, work up in the open stuff as well. Yeah, fixed is always just doesn't really matter, but it's cool. Yeah, I mean, the paint's still good. So, yeah.
No, I like it. I love the paint's pretty slick. Well, any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who wants to say hi to before we let you go on the a great run from 20th to 3rd and then the fastest lap in the process. Not a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, shout out P1 Docs, and yeah, go check out Brendan's subathon for sure.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He is having a subathon. Check that out. He's over on Twitch, right?
Yeah, he is.
All right.
I'm an
Well,
hyperstar.
I'll check that out over on Twitch back when he runs his races. But congrats on the P3 for you to hear today. Good to have you back in the series, and hope to see more of you this season with the new livery and the new sponsor and the new team.
Yeah, see when I show up.
All right, we'll
Once in
see
a
you.
while.
All right. That is Hamilton Akabuizi finishing 3rd. We'll move on to Jesper Orman, who really had a rough job there on that restart. And here he is. Jesper, good run for you today, but really the hardest job of all is the timing of that caution, that final caution that turns it into a one-lap sprint, and you kind of are sitting in a position that is at a disadvantage based on what we've seen of our experience with these races. But we were actually talking with Matt during the restart. We had him up in the booth, Matt Hollenball, and he said that really your experience with anything is kind of what prevented you from falling further on back, just getting that second place. Because we've seen so many one-lap restarts here, two-lap restarts, and that person that's leading, taking the green, next thing you know, they're not second, they're third. They're not third, they're fourth. And then sometimes they're entirely out of the picture. You kept your car all the way into the picture to that bottom line, getting that checkered flag. But talk about your race. I mean, you had an incredible pit stop, first of all, and then getting your car in position there was half the battle. And then trying to fight off Brian was the other battle.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Mark, like, should we do the undercut or not? And eventually we decided to go for it. I think I was a little bit conservative. If I had been a bit more aggressive, I think I would have maybe cut another second or at least half a second, and I could have broken the draft there. But at one point, I think the draft was at 1.6 to Liam. So I knew that they were going to catch me. And from then, I was just looking at Hamilton because I knew that he was on tires. I knew that he was going to be like the biggest threat if it went yellow, if it went green all the way. But I mean, at the same time, we were all fighting there up front. Clendy and Brian are teammates against me and Mark. So yeah, I mean, this week is fun. The track temp is pretty high up there, which makes for great racing. I was running the low line quite a lot because no one else was down there.
Right.
So I just figured, like, okay, clean air, good, thanks. And then, yeah, one lap shootout from the lead. That's always tough. To be honest, like, the strength of field was 4.8, so I was like, just wanted to survive, So I decided I was gonna hold the inside and just hope for the best. And I'll take it. P2 Brian did a great job there at the end. Exit turn 4 gave me space as well because I was pushing a bit. And yeah, I mean, that's a lot of iRacing, a lot of points, and a good day for me. And yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's tough not to get the win, but it's actually tough not to say thanks for all that iRating and the points in the championship and everything. It's you don't necessarily want to turn those away either. So congratulations, a good day for you. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone to say hi to? But before we let you go, you know the drill. You've been here enough times.
I'll just thank you guys for putting this broadcast up every week, in and out, week in, week out. It's amazing for us. Thanks.
Oh, no problem. It's our pleasure. Well, congratulations on the P2. I know you wanted a little bit more, but the thing is, I know that we will have more races in the future with Jesper Orman in the lineup where he's going to win. Case in point, catch us when we cover the VOR Series, where he's the defending series champion. But anyways, Jesper, congrats on the day, and we'll catch you in the future at the next race.
Right, have a good one. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And we'll bring now up Brian Campbell. And I'll ask him the question here that I just asked myself. Brian, congratulations. Biggest win of your career, would you say?
Oh, 100%. I was screaming like a madman when I crossed the line.
Well, I mean, talk about that. Did you know that you had him at the line, or did you have to wait for timing and scoring to update before you really knew?
I knew immediately. So going into that last corner, that backstretch, he elected to take the bottom, which I had two options. Then I could either pinch him really hard and force him to lift or wreck me, or I could just move up and give him space. And the amount I opened up the wheel, I figured I would get it over him because he'd be using the wheel even more. Then I noticed he slid up. So instead of getting wrecked, I decided to just give him space and make it a drag race to the line. And for those who don't know, my background is in drag racing. So I have a little bit of experience with that. I was coming to the line. I knew I had the run, and I knew he didn't have a draft. So the only thing that could have got him is if someone gave him a bump draft. And when he wasn't getting that, I knew I had the momentum just from taking the top to get around him at the line.
Well, that's round one of the P1 Triple Crown Challenge belongs to you. 2 more to go at 2 racetracks that you do reasonably well at. Indianapolis and Pocono coming up. Indianapolis is next here in a couple weeks. How you feel about the remainder of the challenge? You're the only guy that can complete it.
I'm excited. Frankly, I forgot all about it. I have to apologize, but we're coming to that last restart. And Cundy, who had just got wrecked out, unfortunately, which first off, I know I'm going to get to thanks, but thanks to Clendy, me and him worked together the whole race. He's the reason I was up front. But he told me, like, hey, remember, this is for the Triple Crown too. In the back of my head, I'm like, oh man, like that's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, it's just not your normal fixed series race anymore. Well, I mean, it's a fake challenge created by me, but but still, we're gonna put some money behind it and make it a little bit more worthwhile. But yeah, it's good to actually make a little bit more out of these races, other than it's just week 2 on the schedule.
It's very real to me, let me tell you. And like I said, the way I was screaming around, and anytime you win, I mean, my competition today was elite competition, a 48 SOF. That's very good. And to be able to win one of those races, it's always just an honor, and it's always a really good feeling. I think this is on my 3rd time winning a broadcast race. So you need to celebrate these when you get them. So I'm going to do just that.
Well, go celebrate. But first, shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who would say hi to, and then we'll let you go celebrate.
Hi to the family, holiday season. So I'll say hi to the family. And of course, Rogue Racing. As I said earlier, Clendy is the entire reason I was up front. I didn't expect to get to lead as easy as we did. And then we just worked together perfectly that entire stint of just knowing what runs to give each other and how to run whatever. And then we had the perfect pit strategy to get up to the front. And I just was going off Clendy and what he was saying. So huge thank to Clendy and everyone at Rogue Racing, Ty, Jacob, Tony. They were all in the race. Huge thanks to them. And again, huge thanks to Clendy.
Well, yeah, congratulations. There you have it. Winner here at Fontana. But more importantly, the first leg of the P1 Triple Crown Challenge belongs to you. And you're the only driver now out of the 23 that started this as a potential shot to now try to continue it at Indianapolis and Pocono later this season. So best of luck there. And we'll catch you for sure at the next one, which will be next Friday, as a matter of fact. But until then, go celebrate, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you, and thank you for the Triple Crown, and thank you for the broadcast in general. You really get us really excited for these races, and you guys are always the reason we put so much effort into these things.
Well, thanks for being here. It's good to have you. We'll catch you in the next one.
Have a good one, guys.
Wow. Guys, Fontana rarely fails to deliver, and once again, I think with a little bit of help of a one-lap dash to the finish there, make things a little bit more tighter than normal. But still a very close across the finish line, three-way finish, photo finish, made for a pretty entertaining, let's say, last third of the race, because we were green flag most of the way, and it was kind of Fontana by the book up until that point.
Yeah, that's your typical Fontana race there. You get a good 3-4 wide action with a little bit of chaos, but that's kind of what's expected. Other than that, I am absolutely looking forward to next week, not next Tuesday, but next Friday when we go to, I believe it's is it the new Texas, or are we going to the old Texas?
We are going to 2020 Texas, or the new Texas, yes.
Oh boy. Well, we might be able. We'll actually put on a better show there than what our stock car counterparts have done lately.
Not surprised.
But other than that, that's it was good to be back in the broadcast booth, albeit a few days after what our typical Tuesday night broadcast would be. But this is just getting me pumped up for next year when we come back here for the iRacing IndyCar series. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be even better than what it was when we came back last year.
Yeah, that was a good race last year. Lewis, final thoughts on today? Pretty entertaining race from your point of view?
Yeah, really entertaining. I really worry about what is going to happen on Monday. So about these two great guys here in the last. They teammates or no?
No, they're not teammates. Just broadcast partners on Monday.
Doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. So that's why I don't like to race with friends or maybe somebody around. That's why I'm running alone, or maybe I don't. But really nice race today. Really enjoy only 2 yellows. So, but yeah, what I said. So Campbell won the race. I really do the same thing. My last race, I won the stopper split in Indianapolis with Maleska and somebody else. A lot of people on the back, Demerit on the back, me too. And I screaming too the same. So when you win the race or whatever race like at this kind of soft or like kind of feel, it's make your something, make this like a pressure and everything. So it's really, really good for him. So good race, the last race on the Indy Fixed of the year. So Oval Fixed, sorry. Yeah, good one.
Yeah, it is. It is not just a line from ABC Wide World of Sports. The thrill of victory, even in iRacing, IndyCar racing, is real.
And also of note, 19 lead changes for a 60-lap event.
Oof.
Not bad.
Yeah, these races always never really fail to deliver, and it's a good race that we have here on a Friday night to kind of kick off the weekend for everyone. Thanks for joining us, but we'll get on out of here. And I'll wrap it up for tonight. That's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Fontana. And the first leg of the P1 Triple Crown Challenge. Ryan Campbell getting his biggest top split win of his career. Gets the win by 0.016. It's just that close, 0.016. Not the closest finish we've ever seen here, but it ranks right up there with one of them. Over Jesper Orman, and then Hamilton Akabuizi finishes third. Join us again next week for round 3, week 3 of season 1 of 2025, and again for a very special Friday broadcast. of the IndyCar Oval Series, Tuesday night top split, Friday edition, as the teams and drivers will celebrate the New Year's at Texas Motor Speedway. Coverage begins around 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 7:15 p.m. Eastern. And as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but they are not easy and require time and money to produce. Because of your generosity and donations, we've been able to bring you IndyCar Oval action nearly sponsor-free. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split and our special Friday night ones as well, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. That's right, we're almost to 2025. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and making us a part of your Tuesday and Friday evenings, whenever we have them, each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy. So please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. And while you're at it, ring the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1 other iRacing programming, including next week, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll see if anything comes of the drama from this race between Murph and Clinty for the IndyCar Open Series broadcast for Spa, 7 o'clock Monday. You might not want to miss it just for that alone, but definitely check it out. That's our next regularly scheduled race here on the channel as we are getting in the as we are in the holiday seasons. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash SimCams. Get the most out of our iRacing experience with Whiplash SimCams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the description. So, for Justin Petschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, and everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all, good night and thanks for watching. And to all our men and women serving in the military and its first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week on Friday in Texas for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Friday night top split on P1. Good night and happy holidays, happy New Year.